Welcome to this video on four-figure grid references. Really important to understand four-figure grid references so that you can locate yourself on a map. And also really important to be able to move on to six-figure grid references, which we'll look at in another video. So what are we looking for on a map when we want to do grid references? Well, it's the lines that we see on a map, okay, that we are going to be looking at. So if we have a look at this grid here, okay, so if we have a look at our map here, we've got our lines going across. Now these grid lines are called our eastings, and they increase as you go east. So they start at 31, go to 32, 33, 34. They increase as they move east. We then have our northings. Okay, and our northings, these are our horizontal lines, and they increase as you move northwards. So they start here at 22, and as you move further north, they go up to 27. Now, what we're going to work through is finding the four-figure grid reference for the campsite. So this symbol here, little tent, is a campsite. Now, there's a little way to remember how to get our grid references in the correct way. And that is to use along the corridor and up the stairs, which we can sometimes use for drawing graphs. So what we do is we start at the bottom and we go along the corridor. Okay, we're moving along the bottom and we keep going until we reach the line, okay, the first line of the square that we want to give a grid reference for. And then if we look at the number that's associated with that line, it is 32. So as we can see here, the first part of our grid reference would be 32. We then move up the stairs. So we've already gone along the corridor. We're now going up the stairs. So we're going to move up our graph and we're going to keep going up until we reach the bottom of the square that we want. Okay, so this line here. And we then look over to the left to find out the number that is associated with that line, and that is 26. And as a result, our second part of our grid reference is 26. Okay, so our four-figure grid reference for the campsite would be 3226. Now, some of the common problems that people make when they do this is that they get these two numbers the wrong way round. So they would say that it's 2632. If you use along the corridor and up the stairs, you should always have them the right way round. The other issue that some people have is that they don't know which lines that they need to give the grid references for, because if we look at the line to the right, that would be 33. And if we were to look at the line to the top, it would be 27. So some people might give that as 3327. Okay, actually that would be a grid square that would be up here. Again, if you use along the corridor, okay, to the first line of your box, and then up the stairs to the first line of your box, you shouldn't go wrong. What I'm going to ask you to do is to pause the video for me in a second, and I would like you to have a go at working out some of the grid lines for some of the other symbols on here. So if we have a look here, we've got the golf course. So if we can work out what the golf course is. This here, this symbol is a viewpoint. Can you please write and work out the four-figure grid reference for this one? This here is a picnic site. Okay, symbol for a picnic site. Here is our symbol for a church or a place of worship. And here we have our phone box. So we've got 5 symbols there that I would like you to have a go at writing the four-figure grid references. So pause, write down your answers, and then we'll go through them in a second. Okay, right, welcome back. Hopefully you've got your four-figure grid references for each of these sites. So if we look at number 1, if you remember, this is our golf course. We are going to go along the corridor, okay, and we get to our first line here, which is 35. So the first part would be 35, and then we are going to go up the stairs to look at this line here, and that is 26. So the golf course is at 35.26. Number 2, our viewpoint. Now this one's a little bit tricky because obviously we don't have to travel along the corridor to get there. We're actually already there. And sometimes people get muddled up with their numbers. Which number do I need to look at? But the first ones, you're always looking at the one down at the bottom. So our line is actually 31. So that would be the first part. And then we're going to go up. So we're travelling up this line. And then again, we're already here. This is our line below, is 24. So the viewpoint would be 31.24. Our picnic site, again, let's start down at the bottom, go along the corridor. We get to our first line of our square, is 33. And then we go up to the first line of our square, that's 23. So the campsite is 33.23. Our place of worship, okay, going along the bottom, all the way along here, our first line is 35. And our line to the bottom, okay, is 24. And then the last one that I've asked you to do, number 5, again a tricky one because you've got a lot of numbers in a small area. But make sure you're using ones at the bottom. So our first line here is 31. And our line to the bottom, again, we don't need to move anywhere. Okay, the one to the left here is 22. Okay, so check your answers. See if you've made an error. If you've made an error on one, you've probably made an error on all of them, made the same error on all of them. If you need to, go back, check where you've made the error and see if you can correct them. Once you're feeling confident with those, you can go on to your 6-figure grid references. Thank you.